Good morning, Balance Nation. It's Dr. Anthony G. Beck. And today, I'm not going to get into the COVID 19 hoax and hysteria. You guys excited about that? But what I am going to do is I'm going to talk to you about how your immune supplements can be harming you and doing way worse off than what you think they're doing. And I'm going to give you a little expose on that this morning. Let's take a look. Okay, so many of you probably know that we have a little immune situation going on out there. And to put it lightly, I've explained before that I'm an unapologetic capitalist, okay? And I'm not afraid to do business. Heck, I've told you guys I own a nutraceutical company, okay? I formulate all my own products. The problem here is, though, is the ethics. I do believe that there's some out there that don't have ethics and they know what they're doing is just selling products to people for the sake of generating revenue. I think others just come off half-cocked because they lack the proper clinical experience and education to be able to properly advise. So I don't know where each person is that I've talked about out there when it comes to their intentions. So what I do is I just stick to the facts and basically what I'm seeing and let you guys make your own decision. Okay, so it's not my desire to hold people in a not so positive light, but just to show you based upon my experience, opinion, and research what I've come to see. So, as you all know, there's a lot of things out there that have to do with the term immunity and the immune system. Now, I am a systems biology guy. That's what Balanced Protocol is, okay? Balanced Protocol is the ultimate systems biology. If you want to learn more about Balanced Protocol and how it is that, you can go take my free program, right? See, so this is not being duplicitous. This is totally free. You go over to programs.balancedprotocol.com and enroll in the online training program known as Balanced Protocol Prime or BP Prime, okay? You'll go through 3 modules over there, and it'll walk you through the principles and the tenets and all the things that I talk about, what's the basis of it. Because I think the big thing for me is to differentiate that I'm not just talking and regurgitating other approaches, right? I'm not an alternative medicine practitioner, though some tools and strategies that I use may be considered alternative, okay? But the upshot here really comes down to I go on the science, okay? Now, it might not be readily available out there in the eyes of people thinking it's science, but it's absolutely there. And for me, I want people to understand that ultimately you can make the decision for you. But the solution to chronic disease or fighting a virus is not in a dietary supplement bottle. They are supplements. What does that mean? They're supplemental. It means you've got to do other stuff and then supplement it. Okay? So they do have a place in the context cubed, context of the individual. Okay? So we don't go and treat individual things. We support systems. So I say don't treat symptoms, support systems. Okay? There's a big difference. Because if you're treating symptoms, you're chasing things that you don't know where they're coming from. The number one symptom that everybody reports is fatigue. Fatigue, lack of energy. No matter what it is, whether it's you have migraines or psoriasis or toenail fungus or whatever, people are always thinking about along the lines of fatigue, okay? And there's an ICD-10 code for that too, okay? So disease codes. So I understand, but fatigue is not really measurable, right? There's no scale. We can't look at it in labs, and it doesn't pass the Dr. Beck coma test. What's the Dr. Beck coma test? Well, I've never seen a patient in a coma with fatigue. I've never seen a patient in a coma with anxiety or depression. All those things are 100% subjective, So the reason why I differentiate that to set this up is because there are certain symptoms that you will have and be experiencing in your reality that you have to realize are completely subjective and they're not necessarily true. I'm not saying that they're necessarily not true. Okay, this isn't doublespeak. It's just that if you ever have something that continually happens, you've got to dig deeper and look at what some of the things are that are contributing to it. Okay, and I teach over there in the Balanced Protocol Prime program at programs.balancedprotocol.com about the 2358 framework, right? And the 5 stands for the 5 causes of disease, which are nutrient deficiencies, stressors, allergens, microbes, and toxins. Okay, that's it. All illness, no matter what it is derived or caused by one or multiple of those. So, having said that, one of those, of course, are microbes. The world is chock full of just millions of different bacteria, okay? Millions of virus, millions of fungal bodies. There's tons of it out there, which is why this whole, coronavirus thing is such a ruse, right? We literally have spent what, $6.2 trillion to teach the United States how to have better hygiene and wash their hands. That's how expensive that lesson was. And it's all over. It's heading out, just like I said, from day one. It'll be done by May. Yep, it'll be done by May. Just this morning, don't get me started. Even that freaking fraud Fauci is admitting it. But I'll do the gloating later. We'll get to that. I'm going to have a huge gloat session. But anyway, so back to the immunity and supplements, okay? So just yesterday, I had someone post in Balance Nation, a gentleman. And again, the reason why I share these examples of people is not to build myself up by putting another person down. I'm already built up as much as is. There's no more self-confidence and esteem and ego that I can have. And I'm proud of all of it because I've earned it. I've served my prerequisites, okay? But I'm still learning in life, all kinds of context. Each patient that I work with, each physician or practitioner that I train teaches me things and inspires me to other ways of doing some things along the lines of them and their unique story. The framework is the same. Nothing beats the Balanced Protocol Systems Biology. Nothing. There's no other method out there that even comes close to it. So the reason why I share that with you, and I'm getting to the point here, is because I'm going to do a little reveal of this particular example. And I appreciate this young chiropractor's passion, okay? And I've posted this in Balance Nation, by the way. But I just want to give you guys this as a precautionary tale, okay? Because it's super important for you to understand that people with passion, such as myself, can give you directions or opinions, but inadvertently to them, it can cause trouble. So I'm saying the same thing like Fauci said about vaccines, right? So Fauci had to admit that the vaccines that they give to treat things can actually induce that disease. That's a fact with vaccines. And it can make people worse, okay? This is why I don't make direct recommendations. If you guys ever notice that in Balance Nation that I don't do this, people say, what's the best thing for this? Or what's the best magnesium for me to take? Well, I go, I can't answer that question because I don't know you. The best for you and the target tissue and systems biology that you want to affect is highly contextual. So people can't do that. This is why I don't give that type of information in Balance Nation. Okay, so let's be really crystal clear about that, because that's one of the big problems that people have is they have what I call that cabinet of good intentions. It's like it's right there usually beside your refrigerator or in the drawer, and it's usually filled with all kinds of different herbs and barks from the fairy tree, herbs and spices. It was so funny. Josh Axe and his buddy Ruben were doing a webinar just the other day, and they're going to teach you the best herbs and spices to support your immune system and essential oils that they all just so happen to sell. Oh my God, that guy. Anyways, in my opinion, and based upon what I've seen, Dr. Axe is the worst for it, the absolute worst for it. It doesn't get any worse than that, except for maybe, Mercola, but they're close second. Anyways, the point is, let me show you this video here real quick, okay? So I want to just break this down for you guys. So this is in Balance Nation.
We need to have a conversation, and Common Sense Nation needs to wake up. I want to share some things with everybody. I had a good friend of mine send me something today that is just absolutely crazy. How's everybody doing this afternoon?
Okay, so real quick here, I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit.
If they've got symptoms of COVID-19, the cold, the flu, whatever, go and get some either quinine and or Schweppes tonic water. Let me just tell you this again, quinine and or Schweppes tonic water. I need every one of you people to be sharing this right now. I mean, everyone. Every person needs to share this because there's a lot of bullshit going on right now that everybody needs to.
Yeah, and he is an author of the bullshit. Okay, so here's the problem that I have with this video and this particular gentleman. It's because he gave everybody a call to action and said, if you know someone that has symptoms of COVID-19 or the flu or a cold or whatever, that's what he just said, I need you to do this, okay? That's reckless as hell. Absolutely reckless as hell. Number one, you don't know that person, so you watch some random doctor, post on Facebook, you listen to it, and then now you instantly become dubbed a doctor, and then you go and doctor another person. That's terrible. No, don't do that, okay? I appreciate the passion, but shame on him for giving people the call to action to go, and if you know somebody with a symptom, tell them to go buy some damn Schweppes tonic water, okay? I mean, oh my heavens. I mean, the thing is about this. Let me show you something. I'll pull something up. Okay. So this is it. This is what he's saying to go get. Schweppes tonic water. Okay. Now notice that there's a regular and there's a diet. Okay. So if you go and take a look at the actual product, all right, what I want you to realize is there's other ingredients in there, okay? And for sake of making this video not any longer than it needs to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage you to go look at that, okay? That's going to be my call to action for you, is to check my math, fact check me. First of all, the quinine that is in Schweppes. What a great name, Schweppes. And listen, I'm not against quinine at all. I make my own tonic water with cinchona bark. Okay. Matter of fact, hold on a second. I've never done this on cam, but I'm going to do it right now. Hold on a second. So I don't ever want anybody to think that I might be, talking bullshit. Okay. See this big old sack right here? Okay, that's cinchona bark. Okay. Oh man, it's spilling all over the place. Doing this for you, Balance Nation. Anyways, let me show you. Okay. Does that focus in there? Okay. So this is what cinchona bark looks like. Okay. And it is bitter. Man, is that rough. But it's not so bad when you put it in your mouth, but when you boil it and you make your own, that's rough. You make your own tonic, okay? So, in all fairness, I just want you to see, okay? So if you want quinine, go get cinchona bark, $30 a pound, maybe, or wild crafted. This one's from Ecuador, okay? And you can make your own quinine, all right? But guess what? Just because hydroxychloroquine is an anti-malarial drug, and just because quinine is used for malaria, does not mean they have the same exact mechanism of action, or that you should be consuming quinine due to its anti-malarial for this situation. Excuse me. Well, that cinchona bark is something. Whoa. COVID-19. COVID-19. Reminds me of Monsters Inc. Remember that? What was that code they called on Monsters Inc. when the person that came in and had the sock on them? Oh my God! And everybody jumps on them. That's how people are going to do here pretty soon. If somebody's coughing, they're going to go, "Oh, COVID-19." Sounds like Code 19. That's actually going to be my new thing. I'll say Code 19. So the thing is that quinine from cinchona bark that's put into tonic water, you're not going to treat malaria, which kills hundreds of thousands of people a year, by the way, and we don't hear a peep about that. We don't shut down everything and fog bomb everything in the United States. Remember, like the trucks when we were growing up as kids, they were fogging for mosquitoes, and we were running behind them going, "Oh, it's so fun." Maybe that's my problem, because I was running behind a fogger machine. Anyways, quinine is historically used in the treatment of malaria, which is not the same thing as SARS-CoV-2. It's not. So this guy is reckless, okay? And there's other chemicals in this tonic water that are not the most desirable, okay? So go look this up, right? Now, so this is what happens. This is what I call coming off half-cocked, all right? So let's get back to this.
Common sense at you, because most people aren't looking at this. Go get some quinine and get some zinc. And you're going to hear people say, "Oh, quinine, it's bad for you. That's why we took it off the market." No, it's not. It's in tonic water. It's very healthy. It's amazing what it does for muscle aches and pains. I use it in my office all the time for people. And if you can't find the quinine online to buy it, go get yourself some Schweppes tonic water. It has a ton of quinine in it.
Okay, actually, yeah, quinine does have some place therapeutic and chemically for muscles and cramps and stuff like that. However, Schweppes does not have a ton of quinine in it. Very little at all. Okay, I think it's somewhere around 50 milligrams maybe. When we treat with quinine, it's upwards of a gram or more. So you couldn't even drink. You'd have to suck down liters of that stuff every time just to get a therapeutic dose, right? That's like saying, yeah, go take, cauliflower, because cauliflower has nicotine in it. Did you know that? Okay, you know how much cauliflower you have to eat to freaking get a dose of nicotine? Yeah, that cracks you up, doesn't it?
Zinc. Now I'm going to tell you what the dose range is. Now, I'm not your doctor. This is not medical advice. This is a suggestion. I mean, I guess that's my disclaimer. But here's the deal. What they're using is high dose hydrochloroquine and zinc, and they're using between 100 and 250 milligrams a day of zinc. That's a lot. You cannot take that much zinc for a long period of time. But if you are preventatively taking zinc, and want some Schweppes in your body for quinine, have about 3 to 4 ounces a day of that Schweppes tonic water. Take it before you go to bed or first thing in the morning, and take at least 50 to 100 milligrams of zinc.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's reckless as hell. Okay, number one, he just said go get some zinc. So people are going to go, okay, I'm going to go get some zinc. And you're just going to go down, and you're most likely going to be like most people, and you're going to pick the cheapest crap that are on there. And guess what? The vast majority of that crap comes from where? Go ahead, I'll wait. China. Okay? That's why it's so cheap. That's why they stick it in those bottles like Nature's Made and Nature's Something and all these other cheap companies. That's the first thing. The second thing is that they have all kinds of fillers and binders and crap in there. So you can't just go and think you're taking it. Like, here, have some vegetable soup. It's organic. But what if it has, cockroach poop in it? Okay? So the bottom line here is this: supplements can and do make you sick. They do. All right? And then to randomly take an advice like that and go and get some zinc is terrible. Okay? The last name of the zinc makes all the difference in the world. Okay? What they're using, by the way, in that dosage, what he's referring to with the hydroxychloroquine is zinc sulfate, from what I read. So, but we don't use that typically. That's because doctors are in the medical community are largely idiots when it comes to vitamins and minerals. So they're using the wrong zinc. That's not the right way. Okay. But then you guys go, okay, well, which zinc should you use? I'm not saying, because there's context needed. Okay. There's a big difference between zinc oxide, that stuff you put on your nose. Okay. Go get some zinc. So you just take a teaspoon of zinc oxide and try to smack that down. Okay. Zinc picolinate, which a lot of people use, which totally sucks. What about zinc acetate, right? What about, zinc bisglycinate? There's all kinds of different zincs. And that dosage, no matter what it is massive. You have no business doing that. It can throw off other minerals. Okay? If just because something has a therapeutic benefit does not mean that it is benign. That's one of the other big points that I need to make sure you guys understand. Okay? So, anyways, this guy is absolutely reckless. I just don't like it. And, at the bottom of the video is the $1 sale for immune system vitamins. Well, guess what? He didn't even speak of a damn vitamin. Okay? So if you scroll down and you go and you look at this guy's post, this is it on his post, okay? And again, not here to personal attack the guy, but I need you guys to be protected from this, okay? And the thing is he says, okay, hit the share button and go to wellnesswarrior.club, okay? And if you click on that bad boy, it takes you to this. This is what's called a sales funnel, okay? Flash sale, limited quantities currently available. Maximize your immune system now for only $1. Come on, people. He needs to work on his central obesity. But the thing is, so here's what I did. What do I do in cases like this? I opt in, okay? That's what I do. I go ahead and I do it or buy it and find out, okay? I get skin in the game. So this is what the link goes to, okay? The $1 bottle promo offer is applied to your cart. And here, special offer, right? So here's the thing. Satisfaction guaranteed, first bottle only $1, and this is a Zymogen product. Now, Zymogen is a decent company, okay? But look, thank goodness, and this is one accolade, that they at least gave the label, okay? So here's the product, okay? And I don't know if you can see this very well. I'll try to zoom in for you so you can see it. Here's what's in this Synovex Calm. Well, what the hell does that have to do with your immune system? Okay, and where are the damn vitamins? There's no damn vitamins in this, okay? It's got calcium carbonate, some potassium as bisglycinate, valerian, sour cherry, passion flower, and hops, okay? So those are nervine and sedative herbs, okay, in this product that you get for immune support for $1, okay? And you guys go do this. Click on the link. Go to I'll tell you right now. Let me just show you again, okay? So just so you guys can see. Go to wellnesswarrior.club, okay? And just go look for yourself. Immune System Boosting Daily Vitamin Pack, okay? You click it, and boom, you get this immune system now for $1. You put in your information, okay? You come in here, and boom, here's this particular offer, all right? And then probably when you go through the whole sales funnel, you probably get to upsell into some other products, but it's for this Synovex. All right, so here's the problem with that. Has nothing to do with the immune system. Nothing, number one. Number two, well, I take that back. Let me back that up. I'm going to show you it actually has potential to harm the immune system. But the second thing is there's no vitamin, so there's no immune vitamin. You see where I'm going with that, okay? So that's the upshot on that. This is the kind of stuff that I'm going to continually be vigilant about, and I'm going to show you poignantly, based upon what I'm saying, what's going on. Okay. So here's the thing when it comes to the immune system. Let's get into that for just a second. What people understand is when you say the immune system, that's a big matzo ball floating out there. It's a big thing, okay? So then you've got the other people who will say one of the hallmarks of a person, how you'll always know they don't know what they're talking about, and they're just regurgitating parroted misinformation because they'll say something like this. The gut is 80% of your immune system. I've heard the gut is 70% of the immune system. The gut is 90%. Well, which is it? Okay. There is no way of putting a percentage onto it, number one. The second thing is it's nowhere near those high numbers that your gut is that. Okay. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Your skin is big as part of your immune system. Your eyeballs and the boogers that are in your nose and the tears in your eyes and the saliva in your mouth, those are all your immune system. Does that make sense? The wax in your ears is the immune system, okay? There's tons of things that are in the immune system, okay? So what I want you to understand is that the immune system is a big term like saying automobile. Like this is the best automobile ever. And you roll up in your little Vespa and they're like, "What?" "Well, it is. It's an automobile. It's technically a motor vehicle." Okay? "Oh, this is the best, you know, vehicle or motor vehicle ever." And you roll up in a Hummer. People are like, "I can't get that in my garage." It's the same term that goes along with the immune system as they use the term inflammation. Inflammation. Like inflammation is a bad thing. Okay? There's pro-inflammatory and there's anti-inflammatory, right? But they're both inflammation, and inflammation is the same thing, right? So when you say immune system and inflammation, these big terms that just make you think, they'll use that for everything, and it's just simply not true, okay? Because that's not what the immune system is. You know why? Because here's what they don't want to do, okay? They don't want to come in here and teach you this, okay? You see how confusing that is? Yeah, okay. So basically we have these immune cells, okay? These mononucleated, cells, okay? And they can become, okay, these Th0 cells, and this, I'm not going to go too deep into this, guys. Trust me. Don't log out, okay? The bottom line here is you have cells that can differentiate themselves in function based upon what the body's need or what it's signaled to do. So we talk about Th1, T helper 1, T helper 2, T helper 17, T regs, okay? TFH. So here's what we've got. Each one of these, okay, the cell will secrete various interleukins, okay? Interleukins are also those terms that you've been hearing around there called cytokines. Cytokine storm, Sounds like somebody would be like on the, like some kind of superhero. Cytokine storm. Anyways, what you have is a differentiation, and these cells do different things, and they will produce other different cytokines, okay? IFN, TNF, interleukin 4, 5, 13, all these different ones, okay? So when you're taking a look at things like interferon gamma, which is up here, they do different things. These chemicals are different signalers to do different things. We call this cell-mediated immunity from Th1. So Th1 cells tend to help with fighting viruses and other pathogens that want to enter the cell. They also help get rid of cancer cells, and they also stimulate delayed hypersensitivity skin reactions. Th2s are more what we call humoral immunity, right? Or host defense against parasites or allergies. They tend to be antibody mediated, okay? Th17s are for wound healing, but see, that's inflammation. In other words, whenever you see, you get a cut and it gets all red and inflamed, that's a healing response. Whenever you get a fever, that's a healing response. So stop trying to squelch the inflammation, all right? So the bottom line here is there's various cells that do different things, okay? And what you have to understand is there is a cascade of stuff that happens when the body makes these cells, okay? They'll stimulate interleukin 2, which differentiates this cell to make IL-4 and so forth. And then we've got these humoral immunity, which produces antibodies, right? But then these same cells can go down off of this way. Some of them become memory cells, so that way you can remember, hey, listen, as I'm dying, the cell says, in case you ever run into this bad guy again, here's how I kicked his butt. This was it's like playing, those cards. What was that cards game? Anyways, you got strength +2. And anyways, and you know how to kill them off. The point is this. The immune system is complex. And guess what? Virtually every substance that you think is beneficial to the immune system can actually be detrimental to the immune system, okay? People go, oh, well, I'm going to take some echinacea, okay? Or I'm going to go and take I'm going to do some ozone therapy, right? Or I'm going to take some, in this guy's case, you see how that formulated actually had sour or tart cherry in it, okay? Well, guess what? That can create an upheaval in your immune system, okay? Because it's known to actually increase Th1 and Th2, okay? But isn't that supporting the immune system? Not necessarily. Because if you upregulate one T helper 1, 2, or 17 process, you can inadvertently suppress the other. So by taking supplements on the false presupposition that they support immunity without specificity, you might actually be lowering your immune system's competency at this time. Okay? I see people who are immunologically inflamed from taking curcumin, turmeric, all the time. Avocado, lemon, you name it, they can be immunologically upheavaled to it. Their immune system might not tolerate it because they lost competence. And that's because the body is having their immune system, plural, being affected by their environment, how they breathe, light and circadian rhythm, sound and vibration, various electromagnetic fields, excess body voltage, 5G, right? Or just your cell phone. All those things affect the body and how it functions and forces the body to respond immunologically. So here you are inducing a bunch of things in your environment that are causing your immune system to be compromised. Same thing with your lifestyle, okay? How you sleep and how you rest, right? And how you connect in community. And do you have a hug deficiency, okay? Thank goodness I'm stuck in the house with two princesses and actually got to see my third princess today, okay? So anyways, then you got your mindset. If you're all feared and worried and upset, oh my God, COVID-19 is going to kill us all, and things like that. That's going to mess up, that's going to compromise your immune systems, okay? And then if your nutrition sucks and you're eating, crappy foods that aren't correct for you based upon various, determinations, you're going to have a compromised immune system. So what does that sound like? Oh, it sounds like balanced protocols. 4 factors: environment, lifestyle, mindset, and nutrition. All 4 of those things can compromise or lead to compromise of the immune systems. Okay? So then so here's the thing though. How do you reverse that? Okay? Well, the answer isn't supplements. The answer is this. It's complex. In other words, I don't have the direct answer. You have to know what your current status of your system's biology is. What is your immune system level doing now? You can go think that you're eating healthy and clean and organic and locally sourced and seasonal and all those rubber stamps, boop, 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 boop. Okay, but did you know that you could be immunologically upheavaled by eating, locally grown, seasonal, organic kale, kissed by the Dalai Lama? Yes, you can. You have to differentiate that. If you're suffering from chronic illness, no matter what it is, in other words, you've been these complaints for a year or more, you have to do things differently. Now, in acute cases, we can mess around with some of these herbs and products acutely, okay? But you can't go and take them prophylactically for some presupposed coronavirus that's sweeping the land and going to kill hundreds of thousands of people. Blows my mind, okay? So, literally, any supplement that you're taking, I don't care if it's vitamin C, I don't care if it's vitamin D and K2. That's another lie, by the way. You guys, you don't have to take K2 and vitamin D at the same time. The next thing is I'm seeing people just taking huge doses of that prohormone vitamin D, 50,000 IU, which is in micrograms, not a ton, but it's a huge dose, okay? And you're asking for trouble. I see people get wrecked all the time. Same thing with vitamin C, okay? It has its place clinically. All the vitamins do, all the minerals do, but in the context of the individual. Just like ventilators and intubating a patient, okay, has its place clinically. But guess what? What is happening here, what we see with supplements is happening when it comes to the medical professionals in these hospitals, that they're prematurely intubating patients. So that's my compare and contrast to bring this together for you. Because what's happening is they suspect you have COVID or, whatever, whether the test has come back, substantiating or not, the test is a lie anyways. But they're going, well, so you don't aerosolize, cough or sneeze or do whatever. We're going to go ahead and stick a tube down your throat and strap you in a face or put a hood over you and lay you in a bed. It's killing people. We have confirmation of that. Because what are they doing? They are preemptively taking something with the best of intentions. But remember, hundreds of thousands of people are killed by the medical profession every single year by error. Okay? None of them wanted to kill anybody. It was an accident. So by error, good intentions. That's what they say. You know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. They have good intentions, but they're intubating people and they're making people worse. And the doctors are now speaking out about it because, you know, it's the time. Well, this is what I'm saying about that, and also these supplements. You got all these functional medicine docs doing these live streams and their videos on Instagram or different stuff like this, and telling people to, without context of you, take these supposed supplements for this supported immune help. They're idiots. They're harming you and harming other people. That's the bottom line. Now, you might not have a harm that comes from you. Good luck. Great, okay? But if they don't give you the differentiating algorithm for you, if they don't give you dosage, when to start, what qualifies you for it, if they don't give you ability to quantify it, in other words, to what degree you need it, then they can't give you when you should stop taking it. You always know a competent clinician when they can tell you when you will stop taking said recommendation. Okay? But what happens is people will go and they'll go get some zinc and some Schweppes water, and they'll maybe feel they're good about it. And so then now they'll just keep taking Schweppes and vitamin zinc because they never want to get it, especially in the fall when they say, oh, it's upticking again. I'm warning you, Balance Nation, that's what's going to come. When they become irrelevant, they need to get back in there, and they're going to try to scare everybody again come August and September. I guarantee it. Because that's when flu season starts, right? And that's when October comes around, and the same thing, rinse, lather, and repeat, starts to happen, and they're going to scare and freak everybody else out again. Anyways, don't get me started on that. The point is this: stop taking supplements that you have not Q squared, M squared, qualified, quantified, measured, or monitored. Stop taking things, pills, potions, and powders based upon presuppositions. You're presupposing that it's for this. I'm taking these fermented foods for gut health. That's not true either. It's what I call stop eating the KKK, right? The kimchi, kraut, and kefir. People are going, oh, it's good for the gut. It can mess up your gut if taken out of context, okay? You can't be throwing fermented foods in and think it's going to boost your immune system, because 85%, 91% is in the gut. It's not true. You can, and then what'll happen is you'll take things and you'll get a little bit better and go, oh my gosh, it was the bomb. But then you'll make a turn for the worse. So I'm not saying these things don't have therapeutic benefit. It's just that when do you stop, right? Okay, remember, flatten the curve. You got to take some and then you got to stop taking it. But most people don't do that. They go, oh, this got me better, so I'm going to keep taking it because therefore it gets all the credit for getting me better. Okay? So this is what's happening is you, bless your heart, if you went and got supplements to supposedly support your immune system, you are participating in the folly. You don't even know the status of your immune systems. You don't know the effects of the things that you're taking. There's various stuff like grapeseed extract that can actually uptick interleukin 6, right? CBD, same thing. Everybody's, well, I'm going to take some CBD because that's panacea. It does everything. It's the nature's medicine and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? That can wreck your immune system too. Ashwagandha. Oh my God, don't get me started on these medicinal mushrooms. And everybody's going to go there, you know, their 4-sigmatic tea, and look how cool I am for taking all these mushrooms that are good for my immune system. That's not true at all. Matter of fact, it can... Man, there's only so much I can do in a video. These things will just go way too long. Here's the thing, you guys. Mushrooms are powerful medicinals, even the psychedelic ones, okay? They have their place in the context of you. If you don't have any context of you, well, then you're flying blind and you're making bad decisions. And any of these people who are selling you these things under the auspice that it's supposedly good for the immune system are straight up ignorant, okay? Or down south, they're just ignorant. You're just plain ignorant, okay? So stop taking the supplements that you haven't pre-qualified for or you haven't had. Now you go, well, my functional doc told me to take them. Okay, great. Question us. Say, hey, based upon what? Well, it boosts the immune system. It's good for the gut. It does. No, what immune system? The immune system in my mouth, my ears, you know, my skin. There's tons of immune systems and stuff, and they don't all work the same. And then there's secondary mechanisms. You have an acid mantle on your skin that protects you as well. Okay, there's no necessarily antibody mediated situation going on there. There's no necessary immunoglobulins going on. Okay, if you start kicking up Th1, right, and you start pushing up interferon gamma, it starts to inhibit IgG and IgE and boosts up IgM immunoglobulins. Okay, and so by taking certain herbs under the presupposition it's good for the immune system, it could now induce allergic reactions that are asymptomatic to certain foods. This is why people freak out. And they're wondering why they continue to have problems with gluten and dairy and lectins and nightshades and oxalates and phytates and all that other kind of fun stuff. All of that stuff can be true, but is it true in you? It's just like a scientific study. Well, the sample population was 17, right? Men and women aged 45 to 65, non-smokers, and they took this herb and this happened. Great. Well, you're 25 and you party. Do you think that study applies to you linearly and directly? Of course it does not. You didn't even qualify in the sample population. So just because there might be a scientific study, you got to find out, did the study that substantiates taking said thing include me or my demographic in said study? Most of the time it doesn't. See what context does for us? All right, so that was my narrative for you guys today. I just want you to understand that there's going to be a lot of people wanting to sell you a lot of supplements. I sell you supplements, okay? Actually, I don't very much. I send you places to get it. But the point is, when I have completed the Q square, M square, qualify, quantify, measure, and monitor, and if you want to learn more about that, I'm going to sell you my free program, okay? It's going to cost you $0. That's a lot of money these days. Programs.balanceprotocol.com. Go to Prime and you can learn about Q square, M square, okay? Qualify, quantify, measure, and monitor. Justify everything you take, okay? It's the same reason why I told everybody, listen, I support the use of hydroxychloroquine if it's needed. Don't take it prophylactically. Don't take it too early. And they're also saying that, no, when you have a certain symptom, it's appropriate and they're getting great results. If you take it too late, it's a big nothing burger, okay? So it's context of the person. But if you are taking hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin, known as the Z-Pak, for this whatever situation, be sure to check your folate status afterwards, because hydroxychloroquine is an anti-folate drug. It depletes your folate, okay? When you don't have enough folate, it impairs methylation. It prevents your body from properly making lipid differentiation, amino acid differentiation, making RNA and DNA. There's all kinds of things that need folate, which is why they give it to pregnant women or tell you you need to check, take folate. You should check your levels. Don't just take it. So that way you don't have babies born with birth defects like spinal bifida. Okay? In other words, the body's cells don't replicate in the absence of adequate folate. If you take a drug to save your life because you needed it, great. Just replace what the damage is, okay? What I don't want you doing is hunting rabbits with nuclear bombs. You'll get the bunnies, but don't get the bunnies. But then the forest doesn't look so good, okay? So sometimes we need to blow some shit up. We need pharmaceutical medications, okay? You with me on that? But repair the damage afterwards, okay? This is why replacing and correcting your microbiome and your folate status is important if you're taking hydroxychloroquine and the Z-Pak combo, okay? I've said that in other videos. All right, guys, so that was my message for today. I'm going to go to the comments and see if you guys got any questions about this stuff. Go ahead and start posting them now, because today is just casual day. I'm not going to go crazy off on the COVID-19 hoax and hysteria. Aren't you glad? You need a little break. But you know what? I was right. I was right. Okay. Somebody says, oh my God, this is circulating this morning. I was like, and you want to listen to someone that uses a curse word every other word? Idiot. Yeah, I might drop a dirty word from time to time, but, that's it. Okay, Monty, zinc gluconate. It has its place, okay? What is zinc gluconate? Okay, well, it's basically zinc attached to a type of a sugar molecule, okay? Just like calcium gluconate, zinc gluconate. It's just a way of binding it to it. It's a relatively neutral zinc, but that zinc does not replete levels. It's great to act locally. So zinc gluconate in a lozenge can be beneficial temporarily in the mouth. Okay, that's what I typically use zinc gluconate for, Monty. Holly says, so many are using this event to take advantage. Good topic to address. I think so too. You know, I also think that what's happening is people aren't necessarily doing this to take advantage. I think they're trying to be relevant and help their people. Ultimately, I'm going to go with that, you know. Andy says, seeing a lot of ads for breathing devices too. Improve, VO Max, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, lung health and breathing health is important. You know, that's why I did an entire exhaustive 10 to 12 hour module in the Balance Protocol Enviro program, which is not free. It's actually expensive, but boy, is it an education, right? For any of you guys have done that. If you're interested in learning about air as an environmental input and how you should breathe, what you should breathe, how you should clean your air, how I do it, you can go to programs.balanceprotocol.com and spend some money with me, right? Learn knowledge, not a product. Does that make sense? Technically, I guess it would be a product too. Okay. And Monty says acetate is less strongly bound though. That depends. It just depends. Depends upon the state of the gut if it's strongly bound or not. You know, so it's interesting. Video got around more than the virus. Yes, Dr. Wasserman, it did, but that's okay. Andy says, can you imagine what this crisis would have looked like without social media? Yeah, we wouldn't have had one. We would not have had one, Andy. I don't think we would have had any type of thing like this at all. But hey, listen, it's got you guys, you know, hanging out with me, so I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see here. Dr. Clark says, they will be killing people with COPD if they are putting on too high flow of oxygen. That's true. It's happening. This happened to my uncle 6 years ago. Oh man, sorry, brother. But yeah. So anybody got any other questions for me? That's it. We had a little low attendance today, but this will post out and it's going to go to YouTube. If you guys want to share this with other people, you can go over to youtube.com/balance protocol. Okay. You can there you can do the share and make sure you subscribe because it helps me get placement in YouTube so other people who didn't navigate to it directly can actually see us. So that would be helpful. And feel free to post this. Let's see here. Steven says, thank you, Doc. How about the MTHFR craziness? Oh yeah, don't even get me started on that. And again, I'm actually going to be doing some really cool stuff coming in the next several months with you guys about this. We don't have something to talk about this lie, hoax, hysteria of coronavirus. And I'm going to talk to you guys about one of the big liars out there are people who are selling you supplements based upon your genes, like Rhonda Patrick and Ben Lynch and those guys, based upon what I've seen and what they're saying. They're recommending people actually take supplements based upon your genes. So people say, well, isn't that Q square, M square? No, because your genes don't, just because they're present, you got these base pairs and these nucleotides. I talked to you about that in the virus. It doesn't tell you how it's functioning. It doesn't tell you if you have an MTHFR, methyl tetrahydrofolate reductase inhibitor in your nucleotide polymorphism. That doesn't tell you that your methylation status is impaired. It doesn't. It can't. No more than just looking at a car and going, oh, that race car, right? Look at that. Look at the big A on that thing. Look at them big tires and that long nose and that big engine. I bet you that thing is fast. Well, potentially. You don't know if it's got a blown rod. You don't know if it's got any gas in it, right? See, in other words, you don't know the function of the gene, if it's in expression or not, or if it is in expression, is it a transient epigenetic expression, or is it not an expression at all, right? So you can't do things based upon genes, guys. I know that's cool, and all these companies, I'm going to be doing exposés. I was going to be doing that instead of talking about coronavirus hoaxes, but I'll be getting back to that, okay? Because I want you guys to understand there's a ton of companies out there that are selling you programs and apps and supplements based upon your genes, right? So you're going to see a lot of that, right? But at the end of the day, it really comes down to making sure that you always go back to you being a category of one. You are a single entity with a unique story, a unique biochemical individuality, and a unique geneticness. Okay? That's it. And to cipher through that, you have to take it through your context of your environment, lifestyle, mindset, and nutrition. All those factors have to come into play. And unfortunately, it's not a simple process to trudge through all that kind of fun stuff. Okay? So, Balance Nation, I am off today. I'm going to go get me some sunshine, and I had a great start. I'm going to come in here and just show you guys some stuff. I actually might make some more of my homemade tonic water. I wonder if you guys like a video on that. You guys maybe want to do that? Put some comments down below and let me know if you guys want me to do a live video in my kitchen and teach you guys how to make your own tonic water, right? Because it goes lovely with a crafted gin. Oh, right? So, anyways, that's what we got for you guys. Love you, Balance Nation. Enjoy your day and stay off the pills, potions, and powders unless you've substantiated it, okay? Stop treating symptoms, support systems. And the only way you can support systems is by Q square, M squaring. Qualify, quantify, measure, and monitor. And then when you find out what you need to do, proceed through the 2, 3, 5, 8 framework of balance protocol. If you want to learn more about that, just go to programs.balanceprotocol.com and you can learn. Okay? All right, guys, keep smiling. I'll see you soon.